Okay, this video is going to be on the different types of glue and the ways to apply the glue to these die cut patterns. So I'm going to start with the most common that's used today, and that's just regular old glue stick. Uh, so that's just applied. It's kind of hard to put in the right spots. You kind of see it's like if they made a thin little pen like one, it'd be perfect, but they don't. So it kind of gets all over, and then on the table it makes a mess. So that's glue stick. The other method is the guarantee that all the glue burns up is using Duco. This is nitrocellulose glue, and this is very flammable when dry. This is what they made early film out of, with what they would refer to as celluloid film. And if you put a thin layer of this out and then let it dry and light it, it'll instantly burst into flame. It's highly flammable. It's kind of hard to apply, but for that I use a little dental tool. And the other issue with it, it dries really fast. I find myself wasting more on dried stuff like on this piece of plastic here than I do on the cartridges sometimes. And this is like $3 or $4 a tube now, so it can get pretty pricey. And so that's kind of just applied, like this. And you have to work fast with it because this will start getting half dry and get a skin on it and really be hard to spread out and get lumpy. I mean, yeah, it dries within probably a couple of minutes. So you got to work really fast, and it stinks all to high heaven too. It is the smelliest stuff ever. It needs to be, you need a lot of ventilation with it. So that's Duco, and then the original method they used was what they call gum arabic. So if you read, I would recommend reading the book. There's a series of books called Round Ball to Rimfire. They're kind of expensive. And in there, they have correspondence between all the different arsenals back during the Civil War. And they talked about testing paper cartridges and how by applying the gum in very, like, just basically, and just the minimum amount needed to glue the cartridge, the envelope together, will reduce the leftover burnt paper in the chambers. So this is basically what they use for um, postage stamps and envelopes. And the other thing in there is, in that same book, there is a breakdown of the cost of making cult paper cartridges and the list of all the items and ingredients and what they cost to make 1,000 rounds. And gum arabic is listed as one of the items. So they definitely used this for the original paper cartridges. And it's basically tree sap, and it's non-toxic. It's actually used in food today. It's used for more food products than anything else. And it's tacky, and the dry rate is pretty good. I mean, it doesn't dry too fast or too slow. And so I like using this. And originally it would have been applied with a brush. It would have been you take a small brush and you gotta get my wrinkles out of my envelope, and then you gotta apply it something like that. So that's applying it with a brush. And the method I kind of came up with, I don't know if they might have done it this way, is to use like an ink stamp. So this is 3D printed, and figured it could be a piece of wire like this. And so basically it's operated like an ink stamp. So you take a little bit of your glue. The other thing too is with this is, like, this is kind of dried on here. If I take a little bit of spit or water and smear it on there, it'll re-moisten it, and it'll get soft again, and you can keep using it. So that's the other nice thing about it, and it does not smell at all. And so you can kind of go like that, and it picks up your envelope. You got it's applied in all the right spots. It is not waterproof though. If water hits this, it'll dissolve. So that's with gum arabic, using like an ink stamp method. So this is 3D printed, but with the wire ones, it would work the same way. You would so that applies the glue. You can kind of see it going through this coffee filter material, and so that's with a piece of brass, and you could probably even carve it out of a piece of wood, like this old block here for printing. Take a piece of wood and carve out the shape of it and make an ink stamp kind of thing out of it. So that's the different ways I've tried for gluing these envelopes. Thanks for watching.